fantastic basketball player. He's the second leading scorer in the Big 12, and he's a guy who's a big catalyst for their basketball team. Keep an eye on Corey Carr today.
And for the Baylor Bears, we told you about Brian Skinner, but one of the guys that makes their offense go is their point guard, Patrick Hunter.
I think Patrick is one of the biggest stabilizing factors in Baylor's play. When he goes well, they go well.
Those are the Southwestern Bell starting lineups. Texas Tech and Baylor, both teams coming in. As you look at Harry Miller, the Baylor head coach, with 15 wins and hoping for an NCAA tournament berth. Let's take a look at the four keys to the game.
Keys to the basketball game, I'll tell you what, Texas Tech has to have a great production from Bonowitz. Not necessarily in scoring, but in passing the basketball and its overall distribution. And the rebounding has to be there. They have to make sure and keep Baylor off the boards and win the rebounding battle today.
And for the Baylor Bears, their keys to beating Texas Tech, though they lost by 11 the last time.
And for Baylor, they have to make sure and try to slow down that Texas Tech attack, keeping this game to a comfortable under 75. And if they keep Skinner involved, they'll be in the game throughout. It's very, very important that the ball gets into his hands.
We're ready for the tip-off at the Farrell Center between Texas Tech and Baylor, 86-75. The Red Raiders won in Lubbock back on January 4th. James Dickey's done such a wonderful job at the helm for Texas Tech. They're 15-6 this year. They were 30-2 last year. He has had nothing but winning seasons since he's taken over at Texas Tech, 6 in all, 6 in a row. And prior to him arriving in Lubbock, well, they had 4 consecutive losing seasons.
Well, he's definitely done a good job, that's for sure. And they continue to put and field very good basketball teams.
And during those losing seasons, they were 35-79. He's 115-55 since taking over for the Red Raiders. We're ready to go. John Perkins is starting for Baylor in place of Damon Mannon, who has a sprained ankle. Stan Bonowitz, he's a key for Texas Tech. He can shoot the ball as well as anyone in the country from behind the arc.
It's just very, very important right now, I tell you what, that Texas Tech get off to a good start, because I can feel this Baylor team is a very, very hungry team, and this is a good opportunity for them.
Down low they go, the turnaround over Skinner.
Anytime you have a basketball player like Tony Battie, you cannot let him get the basketball so close. He was so comfortable, and there you saw a great 2 points to take off to a good start.
Just a little bit of a fadeaway for Battie, knowing that Skinner is such a good shot blocker. Morris gets it down to Skinner. He'll try to even it up. Throws up an air ball from 4 feet away.
Very, very good defensive play there by Battie. It looked like he got clipped his arm a little bit, but no call, and here we go.
Rayford Young at the point for Texas Tech. Great spin by Carr!
Beautiful move. And he took that basketball and a spin down the lane and evaded every defender and was able to put the ball in the hole.
Leon Morris from 3, in and out. Janae Cooper has it go off his hands. It'll belong to Baylor. You won't see a move like that unless you're watching the NBA.
Corey Carr is just a fantastic player. As you see, a big-time move right here. He takes it down to the lane and makes the 2 points. It's a wonderful move as he takes it down.
And you saw how good he was from inside. Patrick Hunter, a 3-ball off the inbounds play, tries to follow his shot. Young comes away with it. But Carr is just as good from outside.
Doing a very good job right now. I think here goes Bonowitz's first shot.
Bonowitz from 3 won't go. Knocked around, and Cooper has it for Tech. Here's Carr from 3. That doesn't fall. Skinner fighting with Battie, and it belongs to Baylor.
I think that was a good turn down for Texas Tech. Anytime you have a guy like Janae Cooper giving you a second opportunity to get another basket, it's a good chance. They had 2 shots at that basket that time. Baylor lives and dies from that 3-point line many times, and so far today they're 0 for 2. Morris trying to get it inside, throws it away, and then the whistle and the foul goes against Patrick Hunter. I think right now Baylor has to get a little settled. They're starting the game a little unsettled as far as that's concerned. They haven't had a clear shot at the basket yet, and they need to get good looks and get ahead of this basketball team. Harry Miller's team, 12-2 here at home. They're 0-6 in the conference on the road, though they lost a heartbreaker to Texas the other night by 3 in Austin, a game that Baylor led by 12 with 7 minutes remaining. It's very tough to win on the road in the Big 12. That was a heartbreaker for them. Perkins with the steal. He has 2-on-1 with Hunter. He'll try to finish it, has it blocked away, and Perkins comes up with it. Grant left alone from 3, and he by Doug Brandt as he took the basketball and put it in the hole. That should give his team a little breather right now and be able to get off to a better start.
A 1-point lead for Tech. Bonowitz gets it inside. Cooper spinning, but Petit with a thunderous follow.
What an attack. That was a great attack by Tony Petit as he saw that basketball in the air and just took it on through.
He has 4 of their 6. Morris wanted the 3. Patrick Hunter's a guy they brought in here from the junior college ranks. They needed a point guard desperately, and he stepped in there to run this offense pretty well.
I think it's important right now that they get good shots every time down the floor.
Brandt doesn't get it to go. Skinner tipping it around, and Tech with Rayford Young, who's starting his 3rd straight game at the point for Texas Tech. And he's done a very good job of settling this team down from the point. Petit working on Brandt. You can count that one. He has 6 in the early going, and Tech leads 8-3.
They have got to put a stop or slow down to Tech's attack. They're getting down the floor and they're getting good close shots or they're getting open shots. And if they continue to do that all night, it's not going to be a good night for Baylor.
Morris looking inside. There's Skinner down low. That's an easy bucket. He has his first basket of the game, and it's an 8-5 Texas Tech lead. Bonowitz yet to score. He's a great 3-point shooter for Texas Tech. Corey Carr left alone on the baseline. That doesn't go. And Hunter does a great job to get to the ball, but he went out of bounds. Harry Miller wants a foul, but he won't get it.
Here we take a look at Petit attacking the basket after Skinner goes for a help out. He's just all alone and able to cover the boards all by himself.
So Texas Tech will restart it with a 3-point lead and 16 minutes left in the half. There's Petit, has it knocked away by Skinner. Petit's the only returning starter from last year's 30-2 team, Row, and what an effort that was getting to the Sweet 16 last year.
It was a fantastic effort. They have a very, very good basketball team, and it just shows the kind of job that Coach Dickey has been doing and able to reorganize these guys and be able to put them out to a good season once again.
Young has it blocked by Perkins. He goes scuffling for the ball, and it belongs to Baylor. Touch last by Janae Cooper. Hey, don't forget to enter the Phillips 66 gasoline giveaway for a chance to win 5 years of free gasoline, a trip for 2 to the Big 12 basketball tournament, and a 1997 Ford F-150 pickup. Check for details at participating Phillips 66 stations. We'll be back at Baylor after this message from your friends at Phillips 66, the performance company.
They possess a collective obsession with speed, an addiction to velocity. At Phillips, we too feel this irresistible temptation for performance. That's why the same company who engineers fuel for supersonic fighter planes makes premium gasolines for your car. Super clean gasoline from Phillips 66. Uncompromising performance for you and your car.
Okay. Sounds like... Oh, it's so good. Batter Dipped Crunch.
Now, Long John Silver's has 2 great crunches.
A new breaded crunch. Good. And a touch of tartar sauce.
The new Choose Your Crunch platter gives you shrimp and fish in your choice of batter dipped or new lightly breaded crunch. Plus coleslaw, fries, and hush puppies.
How do you do that?
The Choose Your Crunch platter.
Crunch expert never peaks.
Take a fresh look at Long John's.
Back at the Farrell Center in Waco, Texas, Kevin Slayton and Rolando Blackman. There's a familiar face to you, Ro.
Definitely so. Boy, I saw Don Nelson's face a great many times, too, playing against that great Golden State basketball teams.
Rick Sund alongside. Number of scouts in the building here at the Farrell Center in Waco. Probably watching Corey Carr, Brian Skinner, Tony Petit.
A lot of big-time players are here. This is a great scenario and a great scene to be around, too.
What a job Harry Miller's done. We talk about James Dickey and the wonderful job he's done at Texas Tech. Harry Miller took a program that had won only 9 games the previous 2 years here now, and he's won 15 this year. Tony Battie hasn't missed for Texas Tech. He's 3 of 3. Hunter has an opening, and he has himself his first basket. He had 18 last time against Tech, Rowe.
I think it's a wonderful thing that they have a guy like Patrick Hunter, because every time they need to get settled in, I think Patrick always seems to come up with a play for him to settle him down or either get him going.
Texas Tech now with just a 1-point lead. Carr in trouble. Gets rid of it to Young. Young, even though just starting his 3rd game this season, has still been a great contributor for this team. In fact, has scored 10 points 8 different times. Battie nearly throws it away. Bonowitz in the far corner, just 3 seconds on the shot clock, and he travels.
I think you just saw an important sequence right there by the Baylor Bears, in that they did not let Tony Battie continually get the basketball. As he is 3 for 3, he had to pass the basketball out of that double team this time and caused it to be a corrupt play.
So for Baylor, a chance to take the lead with just under 15 minutes left in the half. It would be their first lead. Perkins is left open. He can't hit it. Skinner corrals the rebound. Hunter gets Young, then Carr in the air, and can't roll it home. Cooper there to clear it for the Red Raiders. Well, that's a tough break when you get rid of 2 defenders, Rowe, and it still won't go down for you.
You want that shot to go down for you. I know how he was feeling, too. I've done that many times myself.
Not that many. Skinner with a great defensive play.
Excellent defensive play. Took the ball baseline side and was able to cut that pass off.
Hunter trying to penetrate, thinks the better of it. Overthrows Skinner, does Morris. That's the 3rd Baylor turnover. They trail 8-7 with 14-12 remaining. Here's another look at Brian Skinner at the defensive end.
Basketball time now. He's playing very, very hard against Tony Battie. He's able to slip around side to the baseline side to take that pass away, which is a great, great move. He has to keep Tony guessing in that low post area.
Skinner got away with a push off that time. Perkins at the other end went for the lead, but couldn't get it to go home. Clear intimidation by Battie.
Definitely so. Anytime you have a guy like Battie down there, guys think twice before just laying it up on the glass.
Bonowitz couldn't save it for Texas Tech. And we get our first lineup change for the Red Raiders. Deuce Jones comes in to replace Rayford Young. Jones has been bothered by an infected thumb. In fact, had surgery on it. He started 15 games for the Red Raiders, the senior out of Houston. But he was cleared to play earlier this week. And even though he has it taped, it's on his left hand, he's going to go ahead and enter the game now. There he is. You'll be able to see the tape on his left thumb.
Exactly. We saw him. We got a chance to see him yesterday in practice. He looked pretty good in practice yesterday, so it didn't look like it bothered him. So it should be a fact in today's game.
Doug Brandt left alone from 3. That's short. Bonowitz did a nice job of blocking out on Perkins. Here comes Carr with Battie. He overthrew him.
One of the classic fast breaks, and he just wasn't able to get together at that play.
Hunter for the lead. It won't go. 3rd time down the floor. Baylor having a chance for the lead, and Perkins fouls over the back.
I think right now all Baylor needs to do is just get settled down, hit a couple of shots, and get this crowd into the basketball game, and they'll have the Red Raiders reeling a little bit.
Jones hurries it down the floor. Bonowitz hasn't had a shot yet. He gets it inside to Battie. Working on Skinner. Great turnaround spin move.
Anytime you have a guy like Battie down low with all those moves and fantastic fadeaways and going to the basket, he did a great job on that play.
He hasn't missed. He has 8 points. He can play in the NBA, can't he?
Oh, definitely. He's one of the guys that everyone's waiting for. It's just up to Tony right now.
He is just a junior. 10-7 Texas Tech lead. Now Skinner shows his muscle, and he gets called for the offensive foul.
Anytime you get a guy gets a great ball in the post this way, it's up to Tony Battie, just like he did. Just up to Tony Battie right there to take the charge. But I think he was just basically flopping on that play. He knew that Brian Skinner had him and got the referee's call.
Normally don't get that on the road.
Normally don't, but when you're Tony Battie, I guess you get a little extra look.
That's right. Corey Carr with just 2 points so far. It's been a one-man show for Battie.
He hasn't been getting that many good looks. Everybody's been right on him each and every time he touched the basketball, so it's been very difficult.
We got a battle underneath. Cliff Owens is called for the foul. He was fighting hard, but he ended up getting whistled for the foul. That's the first foul against Texas Tech.
Boy, I'm telling you, boy, just a couple of good baskets by Baylor, and they'll be able to do a good job because neither team right now has settled into exactly what they want to get done.
David Jones drew the foul. He's getting his first action of the game for Baylor. Hunter has a clear basket. He dished it off. He could have taken it himself. Now he shoots the pull-up and hits it.
I think they're beginning to realize that everyone's a little bit nervous right now, not concise with the things that they're trying to get done. But as soon as one of these teams do settle down, they'll be able to start running off some baskets consecutively.
Deuce Jones running the offense for Texas Tech. Anxious to see Bonowitz get a few open looks. He's such a great shooter. There he is from three, and he nails it. Well, he was listening to me.
Yeah, he was. And matter of fact, he was running the baseline. The same thing with Corey Carr running the baseline. Anytime Bonowitz gets the basketball like that, he's going to be a big factor today.
Roderick Miller in there for the first time for Baylor. There's Skinner had him pinned, and he called for an offensive foul, and Harry Miller's furious.
I think it's a tough time and a tough opportunity when you get a big guy like that, and Tony Battia's behind him. It makes it very, very difficult.
11:25 left in the half. Skinner has 2 fouls, and Tech has a 4-point lead. We're back to Waco after this.
When sports cream, when legs are sore, when backs ache, when muscles hurt. Wise Sports Cream, rubbing it in brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell. Wise Sports Cream, because it works.
For years, snowboarders,
Knuckle dragger,
and skiers have shared an uneasy truce. The equipment,
two-planker,
the clothes.
who's your tailor?
They agreed
Dweeb, delinquent.
on nothing until now. Introducing the Golf K2, a Volkswagen tricked out for frosty weather with a roof rack and a K2 snowboard or a pair of K2 skis. Thus, the Cold War ended, and there was peace in our time. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
The new Kawasaki 1100 STX watercraft has more pulling power than any jet ski watercraft ever built. Good news for that big guy out there on the end of the rope.
Chevy CK is the only full-size pickup that's best when you buy it. Best when you own it. And best when you sell it. End of story. Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Big 12 basketball at its best from Waco, Texas. Texas Tech and Baylor. Kevin Slayton along with Rolando Blackman bringing you all the action from the Farrell Center, with Texas Tech having a 13-9 lead, 11:25 left in the half. But the big story is Brian Skinner, the 6'11 center for Baylor and one of the 50 finalists for the John Wooden Award, has picked up 2 offensive fouls, and he has got a seat on the bench for Baylor. Harry Miller's working the officials right in front of us. He's not happy. Your big men usually don't get 2 offensive fouls at home. Carr pulls up for a 3.
He does a very good job of pulling up for that 3 and getting the basket going. But when you go back to Skinner, it's just very, very tough after he's had great positioning both times in the low post.
Jamie Kendrick in to replace him. They'll try to post up Doug Brandt against Petit now, bro. Baylor has had their chances. They had 3 consecutive trips down the floor to take the lead when it was 8-7 Tech. Now it's 16-9, and that is Tech's largest lead. Roderick Miller with the drive and whistled. I don't know if it's Petit's going to get it. Averill gets the call. That's his first, and the second against Texas Tech. Grayson Averill.
Baylor just has to calm down now and just continue to execute. They do have the players out on the basketball floor, and I'm sure they feel very comfortable still with Hunter back still on the basketball floor.
Skinner on the bench. That is not Roderick Miller. Roderick Miller in the game, shooting free throws and hits the first one. Just a 56% free throw shooter. And he has a pair. Nails the second one. Coming off the bench may have relaxed him a little bit. He had been starting for a while. Very streaky shooter for the Bears. And, of course, the pressure of being the coach's son.
Definitely so, but he has to get it all together today because he can be a factor in this basketball game.
Averill shot blocked. They find Petit on the baseline. He falls down and loses it out of bounds.
Very, very good converging defense by Baylor that time, but he got the basketball down low, and he didn't have an open spot to go to as everybody converged on top of the basketball.
Already 8 turnovers for Texas Tech, and they have a 5-point lead. Patrick Hunter can lose his man as well as anybody, and he pulls up for the 15-footer.
Nice pick and roll players. He got his man caught up on top of there. The big man didn't show, and he was able to get a clean, clear shot at the basket. He needs some more plays like that.
He has 6 for Baylor, and the lead is just 3 now. Bonowitz is left open, and a foul against Hunter, and it may have been on a 3-point.
Wow,
three-pointer.
Yeah, that's such a shame. It's a foul. It's a foul 3-point shooter also. That puts him on the line there. Bonowitz pops out here for the 3. Is able to go on up, and here we go. All these little tip fouls I see over here, and these guys are falling down like a lot of stuff is happening. But as you can see, the referees are keeping in touch with them because they're making the calls.
And this is a guy you don't want to foul, a 90% free throw shooter, and you give him 3 free chances.
Not at all, because more than likely he's going to make all 3 and give them an even bigger lead.
First 2 are perfect. He has 5, and the lead is 5 with 9:54 remaining. Hunter now has 2 fouls for Baylor along with Skinner. So their 2 biggest offensive weapons in early foul trouble here at home.
And that puts them in a little bit of trouble for sure, because when you have a guy like Patrick Hunter who's a leader, a stabilizer off the basketball floor, it puts him in a different dimension. And now DeMond Manning is going to have to come in and do a good job. And his ankle was hurting because he hurt it last time.
Not only going to have to do a good job, but playing with a badly sprained ankle. Hunter on the bench now. DeMond Manning was supposed to start the game, but because of that ankle couldn't. But now he's pressed into duty early. You really got to suck it up when you got an ankle injury. Grant flying for the ball and draws the foul against Young.
Big scramble right there too, but he was fouled on that play.
Owens back in for Texas Tech. They lead by 6 with 9:29 remaining in the first half. Manning doesn't even appear to want to shoot. Doesn't want to push off on that ankle. Grant sends it out to Kendrick. Nice pull-up from 15, but he shoots an air ball.
Just a nervous shot. He had to pull up. Everything was going well for him on the move, but he just hit all glass and no rim.
Corey Carr going down the lane, but a foul away from the ball against Doug Brandt, holding Tony Petit.
Nice pop out by Corey Carr. Takes a drive down the middle.
You can see his right hand around him, but nothing egregious.
At all, nothing egregious, but still, the calls are being made, though.
Good steer. Intercepted by David Jones. He wanted the shot, but lost control of the ball. Roderick Miller goes baseline. Brandt's left open. He can't make it. And when you know what the referees are doing, Ro, it's easy to adjust your game. If they're calling it close, you got to adjust.
And you got to adjust quickly also, because these guys are still coming at you. And every time you look around, the Red Raiders are coming, putting the basketball up, and you've got to be able to adjust to that quickly.
Just like Corey Carr did there, he now has 7. 8 for Batiste, 7 for Carr, and 6 for Bonowitz. They're the only people who scored.
I find it very interesting that every time they come off of these pick and rolls, guys, the middle is open, but no one wants to go in there against Tony Batiste. No one wants to go in there. They stop and take a shot with a hand in the face.
Corey Carr for 3. And the foul is going to go against Brandt. That's his second. And the crowd is getting a little bit anxious. And so is Harry Miller. It's bonus time for Tech.
When that basketball goes up, you see Batiste get the inside position right here, and anytime you look around, Brandt has that foul, and everyone is going off right now, but Batiste would have gotten that basketball and had a short too.
Harry Miller doesn't like it, but Brandt, if he's going to foul, you got to be a little more discreet, Ro.
Exactly.
Keep that arm off the other guy's shoulder.
He wasn't discreet about that one, but I tell you what, he needed to do that because it would have been a short dunk and maybe a 3-point play instead Batiste on the line taking 2, which is one of the lesser evils, I guess.
66% free throw shooter. You take your chances on the free throws over the dunk.
Always.
He nails them both, so the strategy doesn't pay off. The lead is 10 now for Texas Tech. They're on a 7-0 run. And Baylor is in serious foul trouble. 3 of their leading scorers with 2 fouls apiece. Brandt, Skinner, and Hunter. Brandt is going to stay in the game. The other 2 are on the bench. Manning with a spin move and kisses it off the glass.
Well, we're going to have to see more consistent play from the total Baylor team, though, because it can't come in just spurts, because it seems like Texas Tech right now is settling into their offense and really getting a groove on what they need to get done.
That ends the run at 7-0. Corey Carr wanted to go one-on-one against Roderick Miller. What a year it's been for Corey Carr, not only with Texas Tech, but then on the USA 22 and under team.
He's got a fantastic year. He's only a junior, and a guy who's plays the game very, very well.
He had to take that shot because the shot clock was running down, and the foul underneath is going to work against Janae Cooper. That's his first. So they'll go the other way. Texas Tech with an 8-point lead. 7:36 remaining in the half. We'll be right back after this message from your friends at Phillips 66, the Performance Company.
Phillips 66 presents the Phillips 66 Big 12 Gasoline Giveaway. Think of all the places you could go if you're the grand prize winner of a 1997 Ford pickup, plus free Phillips 66 gasoline for the next 5 years. And you'll win a trip for 2 to the first ever Phillips 66 Big 12 basketball tournament in Kansas City. It's the Phillips 66 Big 12 Gasoline Giveaway. Sign up today at participating Phillips 66 stations.
Okay. Sounds like... Oh, it's so good. Batter dipped crunch.
Now Long John Silver's has 2 great crunches.
A new breaded crunch. Good. And a touch of tartar sauce.
The new Choose Your Crunch platter gives you shrimp and fish in your choice of batter dipped or new lightly breaded crunch, plus coleslaw, fries, and hush puppies.
Hush puppy? Mine.
The Choose Your Crunch platter, another great reason to take a fresh look at Long John's.
Center on the campus of Baylor University in Waco, Texas. Today's Big 12 battle between Baylor and Texas Tech. And the Red Raiders lead 23-15 with 7.5 minutes remaining in the first half. James Dickey, the head coach of the Red Raiders. Prowling the sidelines. His team is in pretty good position right now because Baylor's in foul trouble. Roderick Miller with a turnaround 3 that is short. Fortunately for Baylor, went off Cooper's foot and out of bounds.
As you can take a look, every shot from Baylor seems to be coming from the outside. No one's attacking the basketball. There are no kick-ins or outs and those type of things. And it's very, very difficult to get your game going if you're going to shoot everything from outside. That's why Skinner is so important.
And he's on the bench with 2 fouls, as is their point guard, Patrick Hunter. David Jones with a nice move to the basket, just as you said.
Exactly what we're talking about. Some of those baskets have to come going inside because a lot of good things happen from that. Fouls, the good transitions, and good things happen from that situation.
Tech's largest lead was 10. Young clangs it off the side of the backboard, and Miller there to get it for Baylor. So a chance to cut the lead to 4. Though not shooting the ball well, Baylor has hung in this game. Manning playing on a bad ankle. Jones a 3, and he drops it down.
What an excellent looking freshman. I think this guy's going to be a very, very good shooter before his time is up. You have a guy like that who can put the ball in the hole. They need to go to him more, and hopefully he's thinking the same way because they need him today with Skinner on the bench.
Freshman out of Killeen, Texas, a 3-point Texas Tech lead. And the crowd now becomes a factor. Harry Miller was telling me the Austin crowd. There's an offensive foul against Carr.
Very, very good play by Roger Miller. He kept his feet moving and was able to intercept the play. It was fantastic. Able to put the ball down.
Petit comes back into the game for Tech, and they want a 20-second timeout. Today's game is a copyrighted telecast of Creative Sports Incorporated. Any use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this broadcast without prior written consent of Creative Sports is prohibited. We talk about the crowd. Harry Miller was telling me, Roe, that the crowd worked in Texas's case the other night when they lost. Baylor did by 3 at Austin.
Fantastic play by Roderick Miller there as he went baseline, kept his feet moving, and was able to stay between the basket and the ball, and now got Corey to run into him.
They had the lead in Austin. A 12-point lead with 7 minutes left, and then down the stretch, Doug Brandt and Patrick Hunter, their 2 best free throw shooters, went just 1 of 6 in the last minute of the game.
Well, they've been having problems with their free throw shooting, and I think it's been a crutch the whole year, and I think if they can continue to get that going, too, they'll be able to get a few more points.
Brandt working inside. Petit nearly tipped it in. Brandt hustling to get it, reverses it. It's a 9-0 run by Baylor.
There goes another basket inside again. If they can match it up with inside and outside, they'll give themselves a chance as well as get this crowd into the basketball game, which they barely need.
A 1-point Texas Tech lead. Core with that spin move. He's called for a travel.
Good call by the referee. Took a little extra hop there as he went to the basket. It's a good opportunity right now for Baylor to get themselves in the game basketball.
10 turnovers for Texas Tech. James Dickey doesn't like that. I saw Corey Carr in the hotel elevator last night. As Miller misses, Ramirez with the offensive board. He's in trouble. Has it taken away by Bonowitz. But Corey Carr was telling me Baylor always gives Tech trouble. And the pesky Bears, even though plagued by foul trouble here in the first half, are right there. Carr's shot is short, and here come the Bears. Ramirez running the floor, and a foul against Young. His second.
Very nice play by Mannon as he found a streaking Ramirez going down the floor. Anytime you have a basketball team that runs like Texas Tech does, you're able to run against them the same way if you get out and if you pass the basketball. That was a good play.
You know, I thought when Brian Skinner went to the bench, Tech would do nothing but feed Petit, but he's gotten the ball only once since the absence of Skinner, who went out with 11 minutes left. There's just 5 minutes left now.
Sometimes a team has a good opportunity to respond in that way, simply because now Skinner's out, the ball goes into Petit, and they're not letting him play now. They're double teaming him, and other guys have to step up, which they're not used to stepping up so early in the basketball game, except for Corey Carr.
Brandt doing a great job on the offensive glass. Oh, you can see that coming. Petit swats it away. David Jones, the freshman, and he's called for the walk.
Took that extra step.
Well, the 9-0 run from Baylor came with Petit on the bench, and that gives you an example why now it's a 10-0 run as they've come back to tie it.
Very nice block as Doug Brandt tries to shoot an underhand shot. It's very, very difficult when you have such a great shot blocker.
Brandt on the defensive end takes it away, and here comes Mannon for Baylor. He's going all the way, and he draws the foul.
Man, I guess that ankle must be feeling pretty good right now because he shows no effect of that ankle hurting him at all.
That'll be the adrenaline flow. Bonowitz called for the foul. Baylor on a 10-0 run and a chance to take the lead for the first time in the game with 4:48 left in the half.
I'll tell you what, they're really doing a very good job at denying Petit the basketball inside, not letting him get those comfortable catches and post-up positions that they did early in the basketball game. If they continue to do that, they'll allow themselves an opportunity to win this basketball game.
That free throw brick by Mannon is no surprise. He's just a 40% free throw shooter. And that is a tremendous Achilles heel for Baylor. As a team, they shoot just 56% from the free throw line.
It is. It will continue to be a heel for them if they don't get that up a little bit more. It's very, very important because they get opportunities to line, but you've got to get those points. Those things are points.
Miller for three, and Baylor on a 13-0 run, and they have their first lead.
Now they're feeling a lot better about themselves, and guys are stepping up, looking at the basket, and doing it with confidence now.
And they're getting a lot of offensive rebounds. Bonowitz with a nice move. His shot goes off. The rebound to David Jones, who saves it to Mannon for the Bears. A three-pointer for Mannon won't go. Knocked around, and Ramirez saves it. They're controlling the offensive glass. Petit gets this one. Usually Baylor has died because of an opponent's run, but today it's just the opposite.
Well, Baylor's turning it around on them now. They're running them, and they find themselves backtracking and trying to get back and fielding an attack instead of always attacking.
You got to get the ball to Petit, who pulls up for a three, in and out. It'll belong to Baylor.
You see, that's the same thing I'm talking about there, though. That's the most important thing. You see a guy not getting the basketball in his comfort zone, his sweet spot, and have to move out to take a three-point shot because he's not getting the basketball.
Three-point Baylor lead with 3:48 left in the half. We return to Waco for more after this.
We've weathered some of the worst storms, survived some of the most brutal punishment dealt by the elements and the economy. We've helped millions of families throughout the heartland of America do the same. And together, we've come through stronger, more resilient than ever. For home, car, and life insurance, we're proud to be your shield of shelter. Shelter Insurance will always be there for you.
Make sure it's the right book. Remember when you use that other yellow pages instead of Swabibs. I wasn't going to mention the wedding. I know it's a sore subject.
Always look for the yellow band and make sure it's Swabibs.
Well, there are different kinds of chapels, although I think the photographer did a fine job of not showing.
Hey, Whataguy here. Did you know at Whataburger you can get your burger any way you want it, with more fresh fixins to choose from, like lettuce,
tomatoes, small buns, big buns, big buns, no mustard, extra mustard, double meat, cheese, turkey, raw onions, green onions, small onions, bacon, jalapeno, and even sliced bananas.
sliced bananas. All right, come on, who put this one in here?
Problems out, but first let's get you down to Oklahoma at Missouri. Pretty good game between the Sooners and the Tigers. With a call, it's Dave Armstrong and Paul Splittorff. Let's go there now.
7 normally. 5 starters, couple role guys that come in that he can work in a rotation. Those have usually been his best teams.
For a lot of teams, that usually is their best. Brewer checking in. That one blocked, though, as he tries to go inside. Good help by the Tigers. We welcome those of you who have been watching Texas Tech and Baylor down in Waco. We understand you're having some technical difficulties. Well, enjoy this Big 12 matchup from up north until we get that. We're in the Farrell Center. Baylor and Texas Tech. Baylor has played well all 5. Oh, Petit over Ramirez. Hello, Gabe Ramirez.
It was an excellent play, and you can tell they talked about that on the bench also, because you could see that he still had good defensive position, and they decided to go over the top. So that was definitely talked about. And of course, the passer, Bonowitz.
We talk about Baylor playing so well in their last 5 games. They've won 3 of them, nearly beat Texas at Texas. Roderick Miller with a 3. That doesn't go. There's the offensive board work again, though.
Giving themselves extra opportunities. It's always an important factor. Now they can settle down and see if they can get a better shot at the clock.
A 1-point lead. Hunter pulls up, and he's perfect. He has 8.
And because of that offensive rebound, they were able to get another look, and here we go. Hunter with a basket for Baylor.
The lead is 3 with 2.5 minutes remaining in the half. Texas Tech ranked 21st in the country coming in. They're going to Petit now, and he's surrounded, and it belongs to Baylor.
You can see the conversion on the basketball. Every time that ball goes into Tony Petit, you have 3 guys converging on him, making sure that he gets that basketball out. Let somebody else beat us, Baylor's saying.
Mannon replaces Hunter in the lineup. Mannon's done a good job on that bum ankle.
I'm surprised to actually see him out there today, because I saw him today and he didn't look very good walking on the ankle, and here he is racing up and down, helping his team do a good job.
And he's done a good job for them off the bench. David Jones on the drive in heavy traffic. Ramirez is open, now takes it. He didn't want to take that shot.
He didn't. You can tell he didn't want to take that shot. Took it and got the air ball, but hopefully that won't stop Baylor from continuing to do the good job that they've been doing.
Harry Miller telling him, shoot it when you get it. Don't hesitate.
Keep that confidence flow up, because they're doing a good job and they have a 3-point lead.
Bonowitz has been held pretty much in check. Just one bucket, 3 free throws. We're going to get a travel against Carr on the baseline. Another Texas Tech turnover. That's 14 now.
They're actually not giving themselves a chance, though, but you always got to credit also the defense that Baylor's putting on, because they're stopping all the lead plays and cutting them off exactly where Texas Tech likes to take it. That's down low.
James Dickey didn't like the call. We talked about the balance of Baylor here in the first half. Only 3 Texas Tech players are in the scoring column: Bonowitz, Carr, and Petit. Great low pass to Kendrick, and he's fouled. And it'll go against Averill. That'll be his second.
They're actually doing a very, very good job by taking the basketball up at the top and confusing Baylor's defense. It's actually getting the guys down low to have a one-on-one situation in which they're able to take the basketball to the basket.
Kendrick is just a 47% free throw shooter, so we'll see if he can do anything about it. You know, if you're the opposition, you foul Baylor every time they go to the bucket.
Exactly what I'm thinking, and I'm hoping that they can continue to rise up here, because it's opportunities now. I think they missed their last 2, and now they're missing these free throws. And these are points, Kev, that count late in the basketball game. You got to add them up when you get them.
And remember to enter the Phillips 66 gasoline giveaway, a chance to win 5 years of free gasoline, a trip for 2 to the Big 12 tournament, as Kendrick hits the second one, and a 1997 Ford F-150 pickup. Check for details at participating Phillips 66 stations. Petit with a great pump fake, gets everybody in the air and draws the foul.
He was able to catch the basketball that time and still had 3 people around him, but when he did pump fake, he was able to get the foul by Ramirez.
I heard one of the officials telling Harry Miller, "I've listened to both of you all day, and that's all I'm going to listen to."
Well, he's going to keep hearing it, because this is a very big and very, very important game, and especially with all these fouls being called, each coach wants to make sure and give his team that advantage.
There's James Dickey. He's been warned as well. Petit at the line, can't get the first one. Harry Miller's not giving it a rest, though. He's still working the official.
Not at all. He knows that he's at home, and he wants to show his troops that he's behind them and make sure that these guys know that they got a battle on hand. He's right there battling with them.
Petit gets the second one to roll down. He has 13, and the lead is 3 for Baylor. Mannon looks for David Jones, lets the 3 go, another air ball, and Kendrick is called for the over the back.
That was a tough shot. That was a tough shot by David. Now, he had a bad shot on that occasion. He had a guy flying at him. It wasn't even close to being open, and yet still took the shot.
Good job by Grayson Averill of blocking out on Kendrick and forcing him to go over his back. Averill, who's a 61% free throw shooter, will go to the line. 1:14 remaining in the half. He can't make the first one, and Kendrick. So Baylor with a chance for its biggest lead. They led by 4 a moment ago. They trailed by as many as 10, but went on a 13-0 run. Ramirez spots up this time and hits the 3.
Excellent basketball play by David Moore as he comes off that screen, and this time Ramirez is ready. Got the tip from the coach the last time and put the basketball through the hole.
The lead is 6. Bonowitz from 15 answers for Texas Tech.
Big shot by Bonowitz as he quiets this crowd down, especially with 1 minute left to go, under a minute left to go. It's a big basket for Tech.
David Jones off the dribble drive, dishes off to Kendrick. Jones probably should have taken the shot, but the foul goes against Petit.
As Jones goes down to the basket here, you can see he didn't see the basketball, but it's always very, very good when the Baylor players attack. Even though Petit's going to be in there trying to block the shots, it's very important that they put themselves on the line and attack him, because that's the only way they're going to be able to get on the line and continue to get fouls on Petit.
Young goes out of the game, and Deuce Jones in for Texas Tech, and we're going to see Kendrick again at the line, a 47% free throw shooter, hit 1 of 2 a moment ago. And he misses again.
Opportunities being lost. I think you got to get all that you can get, especially at this time of the basketball game, because it's all going to count when that time comes at the end of the game.
They're 4 for 8 from the line right now as a team. That's just about what they shoot, 56%.
That's important because on a roll like this, if you get free throws, it keeps the roll going, it keeps the good feeling going, and you're getting something for your effort.
He misses both of them. Well, those are killers.
They are, and they bring your team down a little bit, so hopefully Baylor will be able to stay up here on their good defensive plays that they've been making.
Bonowitz trying to shake free from Manning. They're looking inside for Petit, but Ramirez is doing a real good job on him. Carr, who is a scorer, can't get it to go home for him. And it belongs to Baylor.
Very nice drive by Carr. He took the ball down the baseline side, but just was not able to get it to drop. As it
13 seconds remaining. Baylor will probably have the last possession. 6 seconds. Now Jones off the drive. A great ball by Kendrick.
Fantastic follow by Kendrick as Jones took the basketball, missed it, but he was on the board at that time and be able to put the ball in the basket. Here we have Jones taking the basketball to the hole, but there goes Kendrick, and he's way up over the rim as he's aggressive to the basketball and able to put the ball down for Baylor.
Baylor has a 6-point halftime lead, 34-28 here in Waco. We go to Studio 66 and Doug Bell.
Kevin Slayton, thank you very much, and a good job by Orlando Blackman in his first game for Creative on the Big 12 Network. Good game in Waco between Baylor and Texas Tech, and coming up, scores and highlights from around the Big 12 and the rest of the country, so don't go away. The Bud Light Halftime Report is coming at you.
Oh, no.
Finding new sources of energy and developing new plastics and chemicals are just a few of the challenges facing engineers today. Overcoming challenges requires innovative thinking and practical solutions. Education drives innovative thinking. That's why we at Phillips Petroleum salute the Big 12 schools of engineering and their graduates, especially during National Engineers Week. After all, our performance depends on world-class engineering. We're the performance company.
Okay. Sounds like... Oh, it's so good. Batter dipped crunch.
Now, Long John Silver's has 2 great crunches.
A new breaded crunch. Good. And a touch of tartar sauce.
The new Choose Your Crunch platter gives you shrimp and fish in your choice of batter dipped or new lightly breaded crunch. Plus coleslaw, fries, and hush puppies.
How do you do that? Pizza making.
The Choose Your Crunch platter.
Crunch expert never peaks.
Take a fresh look at Long John's.
Hi, Chuck. How's business?
Okay.
Hey, what's on your screen?
QuickBooks accounting software from the makers of Quicken.
Yeah, I really don't have time to learn new software.
If you can write a check, you can use QuickBooks. Answer a few questions and it tailors itself to your business. Create invoices like these. It has accounts payable, accounts receivable, payroll, and inventory, and over 60 customizable reports that put you in control.
I'm going to try it.
Nothing to lose.
Call 1-888-253-6300.
This is quite a report card.
You made your old man proud.
Look at all these A's.
You're at the top of your class.
We're especially proud of your A in noise and vibration isolation.
In a recent Motor Trend comparison test, the new Ford Escort got an A for overall value, beating out the Cavalier, Neon, and Saturn. And with $500 cash back, you can drive a well-equipped 97 Escort for just $199 a month.
You know, it's never too late to have another one.
Hurry, this offer's for a limited time.
Today's game is brought to you by Phillips 66, makers of super clean gasolines and Top Arctic motor oil. Bud Light, if you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. Shelter Insurance for your life, home, car, farm, or business. Shelter Insurance will always be there for you. And by Southwest Bell for all your communication needs. Yes, it's that simple. Hi, everybody. Doug Bell here at Studio 66. This is the Bud Light Halftime Report. Oklahoma only 1 in 5 away from home this season, trying to win a road game in a tough place. Columbia, Missouri, the Missouri Tigers, the 111th straight sellout at the Hearn Center, and it was Tiger Mania, but Cody's Nate Erdman came in ready. Here, bombs away for Nate. Mizzou comes back. Derek Grimm works off the dribble, hits the J himself, but it was Erdman again. The foul. Count it. He had 13 of the Sooners first, 23 points, and right now 4 minutes to play first half. It's the Sooners on top of Mizzou, 32-25. Earlier, right here on the Big 12 Network, Tim Floyd and the Cyclones of Iowa State ranked 9th at K-State. Dedrick Willoughby dribbles up and scores. Mark Young follows up the miss later by Manny Dice. Nice play here. It was tied at 55 with about a minute 15 to go. We thought we were in store for a fabulous finish, and if you root for Iowa State, I guess you could describe it as fabulous. They outscore them 7-3 in the final 115. 62-58, 19th win of the season for Iowa State. Let's check in. Down in Aggies country, it's Texas A&M at home against Oklahoma State. Is that a tattoo or what? How do you explain that one to Mom? Brett Robich, the nice move in the lane. Here comes Shane Jones, the nice follow-up dunk out of nowhere. Big-time slam getting up for Tony Baroni's bunch. Marlon Dorsey then would hit the three-pointer for the Cowboys, who were reeling him in. Dario Quesada, a chance for the winner at the buzzer. The man with the goatee goes up, and he can't shave it down. Oh, Oklahoma State is 62-60 winner over Texas A&M. Let's check into the Big Ten. Minnesota came into the game with a 2.5-game lead over the Iowa Hawkeyes, and they leave with a 3.5-game lead. Guy Rucker gets the garbage inside. Iowa trying to hang in there, but it's the year for Clem Haskins and company. Check out Bobby Jack, who gets the errant shots and scores for the Gophers, who win again. Their only loss in the Big Ten came to Illinois. They win at 68-66. The Hawkeyes did make things interesting. Also today in the upset in the top 25, South Carolina over Cincinnati, but how big of an upset, I'm not sure. South Carolina looks very good. Superb guard play, and that's exactly what you need as you get ready for the big show, the NCAA tournament. We'll be right back after this, but first, this week's Classroom Champion is brought to you by Phillips 66 MasterCard. When it comes to convenience and value, it's at the top of the class. And today, honors go to Carlos Arena, a talented swimmer from Texas who majors in finance. Congrats, Carlos. We'll be right back after this.
Phillips 66 presents the Phillips 66 Big 12 Gasoline Giveaway. Think of all the places you could go if you're the grand prize winner of a 1997 Ford pickup, plus free Phillips 66 gasoline for the next 5 years. And you'll win a trip for two to the first ever Phillips 66 Big 12 basketball tournament in Kansas City. It's the Phillips 66 Big 12 Gasoline Giveaway. Sign up today at participating Phillips 66 stations.
She said what? The tissue is damaged. You have got to be kidding. No way, she didn't. When asked me if it was a joke. I know. And then Sally said Tommy told Sandy to ask me if I would ever consider going out with Garrett. No way.
Possess a collective obsession with speed, an addiction to velocity. At Phillips, we too feel this irresistible temptation for performance. That's why the same company who engineers fuel for supersonic fighter planes makes premium gasolines for your car. Super clean gasoline from Phillips 66. Uncompromising performance for you and your car.
ESPN, the leader in sports broadcasting, presents the Total Sports Video Library, featuring over 80 action-packed titles, including the greatest moments in sports history, informative videos from renowned experts, and the funniest bloopers ever made. Whatever your sport, ESPN Home Video has got what you need. To order, call 1-800-717-ESPN.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Bud Light Halftime Report. Nebraska has certainly had an up-and-down season, but the one man Danny Nee can count on week in and week out is point guard Tyronn Lue. This guy is super tough, and he is the focus of this week's Southwestern Bell Big 12 Conference call. The sophomore guard out of Mexico, Missouri, has been the jumpstart to Cornhuskers offense all season. Lue is fourth in the Big 12 in assists, averaging almost 5 a game, while scoring over 18 a game. The guards in the Big 12 consider him the quickest of the point guards in the conference, making him one of the toughest to cover. Lou is also money from the free throw line, leading the conference, hitting 85% of his freebies. Hats off to Teron Lou from Studio 66 and Southwestern Bell. You get a chance to see Lou tomorrow in the Big 12 as the Cornhuskers play host to the Texas Longhorns. For this week's Long John Silver's Catch of the Week will no doubt have his Longhorns ready to play. Texas is riding a 3-game win streak into the game while compiling an 8-3 conference mark, 14-7 overall. Penders has compiled an 8-year mark at Texas of 190 wins and 88 losses. We'll take you out to the second half of your game in just a moment, but first it's time for the Phillips 66 Rookie of the Week. And for that, we go to Texas Tech, a man who's doing it up. Let's meet Rayford Young, averaging almost 8 points a game, almost 3 assists a game. Rayford, a valuable guy for Texas Tech off the bench. We'll be back after this.
Well, guess that answers that question.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Jack Nicklaus's personal technique that helps straighten slices.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Dave Peltz's revolutionary technique that has even the pros putting more accurately.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Get out of sand without sweat. Greg Norman's Earth Mover secret shows you how, guaranteed. Now take 2, 3, 4, even more strokes off your game with the secrets you'll get in your free issue of Golf Magazine.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Master teacher Jim McLean's simple secret to longer, straighter tee shots every time. Call now to get your free issue of Golf Magazine, plus receive your free Golf Magazine umbrella. Shoot lower, play better, or you don't pay. That's the Golf Magazine guarantee. Call now for your free no-obligation issue of Golf Magazine. If you decide to subscribe, get 11 more issues, 12 in all, for just $16.97. Plus this Golf Magazine umbrella free with your paid subscription. Call now.
Jane, make sure you've got the right book. Not that one, swab it. Remember what happened before. I know hair grows back. The bagger at the market said you look cool.
Always look for the yellow band and make sure it's Swabips.
Well, I'm sure it was hard, to explain to your daughter why she couldn't have it done too. Good. The purple is almost gone.
We're back live at the Farrell Center in Waco, Texas, where the Baylor Bears lead the Texas Tech Red Raiders by 6 at halftime. I'm Kevin Slayton alongside Rolando Blackman, the former Kansas State All-American and NBA veteran. And quite a first half for Baylor. They trailed by 10 row, but they went on a 13-0 run to gather the lead by 6.
They've been doing a very, very good job in that they've been trying to keep their poise. They've been running on the basketball floor and have been playing the game well, but not well enough as Baylor's been doing a better job.
And defensively, Baylor has done a wonderful job on Corey Carr, a guy who's averaging 23 a game, as we take a look at the Shelter Insurance first half highlights.
Well, early on, Corey Carr was driving to the basket, doing a very good job, getting Texas Tech out to a very, very good lead. Brand has done a great job as he's here on the offensive boards, battling Batiste on the boards, getting an offensive board here. Not doing that only, being very, very aggressive and putting it back and getting 2 points for Baylor. During the game, we had guys come off the bench like Roderick Miller, who was part of a 13-0 run as he hits this 3 here to get Baylor the lead. And for Tony Batiste, you see, he always does the job on the inside as he's doing a lot of damage, keeping himself and Texas Tech in the game.
For your life, home, car, farm, or business, Shelter Insurance will always be there for you. Now, the story for Baylor has been 17 points off the bench to none for Texas Tech, who's had only 3 players score in this first half. A 6-point Baylor lead. We'll be back with the second half to see if the 21st ranked Red Raiders can come from behind. 66, makers of Super Clean gasolines and Trop Arctic motor oil. Buy Bud Light. If you want a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. And buy Pizza Hut, making it great again and again.
Precious Hotline, what's your problem?
We're stuck with skunky beer.
So it's not Budweiser?
No.
Remain calm, sir. We're on our way.
Next time, look for this.
New Born on Dating from Budweiser, because fresh beer tastes better.
Precious Hotline.
Could we order some Chinese?
Everyone loves to shoot the basketball, but there's only one right way. That's why former NBA All-Star and NCAA coach Jeff Mullins is introducing the right way basketball, the ball with a built-in coach. For the first time ever, you can own this complete 10-step shooting program. It includes a durable patented basketball, the Jeff Mullins Secrets of Shooting video, and a 10-step shooting poster, all for only $34.95. No young player or coach should be without a right way basketball. So why wait? Just call 1-800-425-0811 to order yours today.
Not that great. I mean, a 24-hour sports news network. Yeah, sure. Scores, highlights, breaking news. Who cares? Big deal. People act like this is a second coming or something. People say, are you going to be on ESPN News? Nope. No way. Apparently, I don't fit into their little schedule. I need a new agent.
At Custom Telephone, your one call does it all, beginning with state-of-the-art Samsung communications equipment. Company President Lonnie Short understands the importance of clear and efficient office communications. He's been custom designing and solving communication systems problems for Central Texas businesses like these since 1977. Backed by a total Samsung inventory, Custom Telephone's fully trained service team is available to you around the clock. Custom Telephone and Samsung, two names you can trust, Temple, Killeen, and Waco.
Back live at the Farrell Center in Waco, Texas. Texas Tech and Baylor, 34-28. The Bears lead by 6. And we're underway. Baylor in possession. Kevin Slayton and Rolando Blackman, glad you're with us. Brian Skinner with the ball back in there. He sat most of the first half with 2 early fouls.
The Baylor team did a very, very good job while he was out. They were in sync and did a super job.
Brandt hits the offensive board but loses it. They had 13 offensive boards to 4 in the first half.
And that's what got them the lead. They did a very good job in that sense.
Skinner able to block Cooper's attempt. Texas Tech, which had a 7-0 run of their own in the first half. That's Carr from 3. He's perfect.
Anytime you have a guy like Corey Carr who didn't do that well in the first half, you're going to have to keep an eye on him in the second half because he's going to be a little bit hungrier and making sure that he gets good looks at the basket, which he got a chance to do that time.
David Jones, a freshman who came off the bench in the first half and did very well for Baylor, is in there now. He's earned his playing time, hasn't he, Ro?
He sure has. He's putting those shots down, and anytime you have a guy like that, it gives your team confidence because he can do the job by putting that three-pointer down for you.
And he was excellent driving to the basket, had 5 points. There's Perkins with a 3. He can't answer, and Carr clears it.
It's just very, very important now. Here we go.
The T who runs the floor as well as any big man.
When you have a big guy that runs the floor like that, it just makes it difficult for any basketball team to defend because he's beating everyone down the floor.
Harry Miller quickly wants a 20-second timeout as Baylor's lead has shrunk to 1 point here at the start of the second half. We talked about those numbers from the first half as you watched Tony Battie jam at home here.
Just a wonderful thing to have a guy to run the floor like that, too. And Corey Carr was a heads-up play, seeing Battie up the floor and beating everyone down there with the jam.
The numbers you would think would be in, other than the rebounds, would be in Texas Tech's favor. They shot the ball better. They were better at the free throw line. But the turnovers killed them. The 14 in the first half is a season high in a first half by Texas Tech. And those points off the turnovers kill you. There's the scoring summary, but it doesn't tell you the real story because Baylor had 17 points off the bench.
And they did a good job. Those guys should be proud of themselves. Hopefully they can put together another run for the second half and do a good job again.
There's the freshman Jones, and now Janae Cooper starting to seal off that offensive glass. Carr spots from 3, short. He had Skinner flying in his face at the end of that shot, and now Bonowitz whistled for the foul at the other end.
Good hustle by Doug Brandt, though. Brandt's been doing a very good job. He's been a constant. Every time you look at the boards, you see him jumping and running and doing a good job getting in there.
Baylor's lead is 1. They had a 13-0 run. We talked about runs doing Baylor in throughout the season. Texas had a 10-0 run. Iowa State 19-3, Oklahoma State 14-3, Oklahoma 14-2, Kansas and Missouri 15-3 runs that have killed Baylor in all of those games.
They have to guard against that type of thing, and what they have to do is continue to execute.
Look at that feed from Perkins.
Fantastic feed, and also great seal by Skinner as he cleared out the whole middle of the lane and was able to get the ball from Perkins. So he did a very, very good job, not only the pass, but the seal by Skinner.
For you young players, pay attention when Rose telling you that seal was as good as you'll get.
Exactly right. Cleared the whole way out, and he was able to get a nice layup from that.
3-point Baylor lead. Carr didn't want that shot, but look at Cooper on the offensive glass. Runs that have killed Baylor in all of those games.
They have to guard against that type of thing, and what they have to do is continue to execute.
Look at that feed from Perkins.
Fantastic feed, and also great seal by Skinner as he cleared out the whole middle of the lane and was able to get the ball from Perkins. So he did a very, very good job, not only the pass, but the seal by Skinner.
For you young players, pay attention when Rose telling you that seal was as good as you'll get.
Exactly right. Cleared the whole way out, and he was able to get a nice layup from that.
3-point Baylor lead. Carr didn't want that shot, but look at Cooper on the offensive glass. That's his first basket and first points by anyone other than Bonowitz, Carr, and Petit. Petit leading the team with 15.
Baylor's got to continue to execute here and get good shots. Get good shots, because Tech is going to continue to come throughout the whole game. Shots like those need to go down. It's very, very important to keep everything going for Baylor.
Young goes right around Hunter, but Petit follows. Nobody's blocking him off, bro.
Nobody's blocking him off right now. He's staying aggressive to the basket.
And Tech has reclaimed the lead, 37-36. Hunter from 3, hits it.
As he's done throughout this basketball season, every time it looks like Baylor needs to get some points done, to get it settled down, here comes Hunter to the rescue.
What a great transfer he's been for them. And a foul at the other end goes against Texas Tech. Against Janae Cooper, an offensive foul.
Foul starts with Texas number 32, Janae Cooper. His second, team second.
Fantastic seal right there. As you saw Skinner get the basketball from Skinner, from Perkins, and it's a super, super time. Anytime you can seal that way, you're going to do a very, very good job in putting points on the board for your team.
Perkins, the junior from Plano, who started because Mannon's ankle was hurt. Hunter trying to work on Young, and he does, and he has another bucket. He's taking him to school.
Excellent drive as Young had no help on that play.
13 points for Patrick Hunter to lead Baylor. He got into foul trouble in the first half as well. Carr has it partially blocked, and it'll belong to Baylor. Petit had it bounce off him last.
Nice play by Skinner as he was able to step out. Patrick Hunter sees the crease right here, takes the basketball to the basket. There was no help by the Baylor people, and he was able to do a very, very good job.
Baylor has scored 5 in a row. Hunter wants to take it all, and he does it again. That's 7 straight points for Patrick Hunter. And timeout for Texas Tech. The lead is back to 6. Well, what does it do for a team when you've got a guy who just takes over the game?
It's a fantastic feeling, especially when things aren't going well, things are getting a little stagnant, and you have a guy like Hunter who's able to shoot the shot, lead the team, and it just makes you feel good. It gives you a reprieve now to get your own game on.
Hunter now with 17 points, or 15 points, I should say, but 7 in a row. And he has given the shot that Baylor needs. When you're not getting it from your big man, you got to look for everybody else.
To do a very, very good job.
Baylor has scored 5 in a row. Hunter wants to take it.
Do a very, very good job.
Baylor has scored 5 in a row. Hunter wants to take it all, and he does it again. That's 7 straight points for Patrick Hunter. And timeout for Texas Tech. The lead is back to 6. Roy, what does it do for a team when you've got a guy who just takes over the game?
It's a fantastic feeling, especially when things aren't going well, things are getting a little stagnant, and you have a guy like Hunter who's able to shoot the shot, lead the team, and it just makes you feel good. It gives you a reprieve now to get your own game on.
Hunter now with 17 points, or 15 points, I should say, but 7 in a row. And he has given the shot that Baylor needs. When you're not getting it from your big man, you got to look for everybody else. And today, that's been the story for Baylor. They've had scoring from 7 different players.
It's important. It's very, very important because Skinner is being paid a lot of attention to. And anytime you have a guy like Hunter with the basketball out there, he's doing a very, very good job in leading the basketball team, whether making the pass, the drive, or hitting the shot himself. He's doing a lot of recognizing out there and doing a very good job.
Who would have thought at this juncture in the game, if Brian Skinner had just 4 points, that Baylor would have a 6-point lead? Petit, on the other hand, has 17 for Texas Tech. He's held up his end of the bargain. 7-0 run is all Patrick Hunter. There's a travel against Bonowitz. 15.5 minutes. 7-0 run is all Patrick Hunter. There's a travel against Bonowitz. 15.5 minutes remaining, a 6-point Baylor lead. We'll be right back after this message from your friends at Phillips 66, the Performance Company.
Cars do more than get you from one place to the next. They're part of memories.
Whole crew out here.
Farrell Center at Baylor. Kevin Slayton and Rolando Blackman. The Baylor Bears with a 6-point lead in front of NBA scouts from the Mavericks, the Sacramento Kings, the Bulls, the Knicks, Detroit, and Vancouver. Gary Miller's team is playing well.
Got the whole crew out here, so if they're able to see Skinner and Petit, all the rest of the guys who are doing so very well will also get a look. So everybody gets in on this part.
Rolando Blackman, the Baylor Bears with a 6-point lead in front of NBA scouts from the Kevin Slayton and Rolando Blackman, the Baylor Bears with a 6-point in front of NBA scouts from the Mavericks, the Sacramento Kings, the Bulls, the Knicks, Detroit, and Vancouver. Gary Miller's team is playing well.
Got the whole crew out here, so if they're able to see Skinner and Petit, all the rest of the guys who are doing so very well will also get a look. So everybody gets in on this party.
Patrick Hunter is going to be invited to the party.
Exactly right. That's what you want.
He has 15 points and 7 in a row for Baylor in staking them to this 6-point lead. He's on a 7-0 run, and he has the ball. He finds Skinner, and it won't fall. Skinner on the staking them to this 6-point lead. He's on a 7 run, and he has the ball. He finds Skinner, and it won't fall. Skinner on the offensive glass, that little hook.
Excellent play to come out of the timeout, though, by Baylor as they set up the whole play to get Skinner the basketball down low, and he did a very good job. Stayed with it, got the ball back, stabilized himself, and made the 2 points for Baylor. They need more plays like that.
The baseline move and a travel against Carr.
Stayed with it, got the ball back, stabilized himself, and made the 2 points for Baylor. They need more plays like that.
The baseline move and a travel against Carr.
Boy, I tell you what, right now Texas Tech is just having a problem in running their offense and getting an opportunity to do some good things on their offensive side. Off of a very good timeout, he was able to get the basketball back and stabilize himself and put it back over and outreaching Tony Petit. Did a very good job on that play. They need more plays in that sequence.
Hunter with a 3! He's on fire!
Good things on their offensive side. off of a very good timeout, he was able to get the basketball back and stabilize himself and put it back over and outreaching Tony Battie. Did a very good job on that play. They need more plays in that sequence.
Hunter with a three. He's on fire. The run is 12-0 for Baylor, and the lead is 11.
Right now, the pressure's on Texas Tech to get a good shot. Get a good shot.
Of those 12 points, Hunter has 10 of them. Perkins is called for a hold down at the other end of the floor. We talked about hitting the offensive glass, too. Doug Brand has played like a man possessed his last few games. He had 14 rebounds in each of his last 2 games and had 8 at halftime here. Nearly had another one, but Skinner took it away from him.
He's really concentrating on the boards and doing a very good job.
Carr with a forced three-pointer. And here comes Patrick Hunter. A great effort by Skinner to save it. Hunter feels it. And he draws the foul. Three-pointer. And here comes Patrick Hunter. A great effort by Skinner to save it. Hunter feels it. And he draws the foul.
On the attack. That's exactly what happens when you're confident. When you're confident, you see the basket, you feel good, and you create good opportunities for your teammates. And boy, I tell you what, Patrick Hunter's been a catalyst in this whole game for his Baylor Bears.
He has 10 in the second half, 18 for the game. He had 18 against Texas Tech last time they played. Off the inbounds play, that's Hunter. Baseline!
He's feeling it. He's feeling it. His teammates are right on it with him, too. Giving themselves the opportunity to win this basketball game.
They're going to hurt him with all the chest pounding they're doing. He's just a little guy. 5'9", 185, junior college transfer has this crowd on its feet.
Well, he's doing it very...
Baseline! Play, that's Hunter. Baseline!
He's feeling it. He's feeling it. His teammates are right on it with him, too. Giving themselves the opportunity to win this basketball game.
They're going to hurt him with all the chest pounding they're doing. He's just a little guy. 5'9", 185, junior college transfer has this crowd on its feet.
Well, he's doing a very good job, but anytime you can pump your team up that way, it's a very good thing, especially at home when you have the home crowd behind you. Now sustaining this whole thing is going to be the key now, as we still have 14 minutes to go in this basketball game.
Hunter has 20 points.
14 minutes to go in this basketball game.
Hunter has 20 points, 12 in the second half. We played less than 6 minutes of the second half.
I think he must think at some point in this second half that Hunter might run dry, and I hope that they're thinking that somebody else will be able to do a very, very good job getting the basketball to Skinner or Jones, or maybe get a Doug Brand three-pointer to keep these things going.
They're on a 14-0 run, and Patrick Hunter has 12 of the 14, and that's his career high. Actually, I have him for just 20 points, and I think that's correct. He has 20 points, and the lead is 13.
Big possession here for Texas Tech. They have to stop this run and reestablish their type of basketball game and getting some good points down low.
Skinner with the steal.
And another turnover.
Here comes Hunter. Boy, Texas Tech looks like a team in shock. They can't stop Patrick Hunter. Perkins loses 2 men and has it blocked by Battie, but it's going to belong to Baylor. And has it blocked by Battie, but it's going to belong to Baylor. Here's another look at the steal.
Anytime you have these guys down low this way, you can see that they're not executing very, very well right there, too. Battie is in front of his man, and the basketball was not executed into him, so he can't get all those basketballs unless it's placed to him.
Well, they're double teaming Hunter now. That woke up the Red Raiders. Skinner over Battie.
Excellent position as he got.
Well, they're double teaming Hunter now. That woke up the Red Raiders. Skinner over Battie.
Excellent position as he got position. A good rotation with the basketball and able to drop the shot. Anytime a guy gets positioned that way, it's very, very hard to stop him.
A 16-0 run. They had a 13-0 run in the first half, and Battie ends it as only he can.
going to take some more plays like that and some other good plays also, because it's going to be very important that they get the basketball inside and have Batee involved in the second half play.
Offensive board work again. Excellent from David Jones. Batee caught an elbow.
As usual with the ball in Bonowitz's hands, they have a great communication between him and Batee, being able to put the basketball down in the hole. Now here's Batee on that. Here's Batee on that injury. His own man, Stanley Bonovitz, rakes him across the eye. He's down right now.
And I believe he's going to go out of the game, although they haven't made a decision yet. He's putting his contact back in.
Looks like Stanley took that away from him too.
And that's the hard way to lose a contact.
Exactly, with a finger being poked in your eye, boy. That's not a good feeling.
Hunter gets a rest for Baylor. Manning in there to give him a rest. There's two schools of thought, I guess, on that road. Do you take out a guy that's that hot and rest him, or do you let him keep the hot hand?
No, you gotta take him out, especially if he's feeling tired. I'm sure he was feeling a little tired with all the emotional drain as well as the physical drain. But somebody else has to. Definitely. He knows he's only going to be on that bench for about a minute or two, if at that, and he'll be able to come on back into the basketball game.
He had 12 of those 16 points in that 16-2 run. Skinner had the other 4. And the turnover against Carr on the inbounds play. No, excuse me, against Baylor. Carr got a hand on it and tipped it away, and it caromed off one of the Baylor players.
You know, Tech is yet to get a score off the conventional execution of their offense.
Carr, that's a 3. He's been short all day. Averill can't knock it home, and Skinner has it for Baylor.
Torrey Carr really struggling right now to try to put points on the board for his basketball team, and when he struggles, it makes it a very, very difficult time for Tech.
They had a 3 for 8 first half, but he hasn't, other than a 3-pointer, scored here in the second half. There's Skinner over Batee, but
that was a good seal. Very, very good seal for him, but the ball just slipped out of his hands, and he wasn't able to get a good look at the basket.
Young with a 3, his first points of the game. That's how slow it's been for Texas Tech.
And now Young, as you look at his face right now, is going to try to start putting things together, because he too can go to the basket and do a good job.
The lead is knocked down to 10. It was 15 at one point. David Jones has been effective driving, but not finishing. He's had that lane, Rowe, but he hasn't been able to knock it down.
Exactly. He's had a couple of shots, but now
Batee gets hit on top of the head this time, and he's down again. 2 knockdowns against the big guy.
And you know something? He got hit hard that time. He was going to the basket for a dunk. I didn't see quite exactly which player got it, but he got hit hard going to the basket on that time.
Roderick Miller got him. He was thinking dunk here, Rowe.
Here he is with Carr passing him the basketball. Roderick says not this time, and kind of touches him on the head there. It didn't look like it was such a big play, but he fell down on the ground and got the referee's attention again.
And he'll get a couple of free ones.
I thought he got hit a lot harder than that on that play.
3 out of 4 for the game, now 4 out of 5, just 66% on the season for Batee. He now has 20 in the game.
As you take a look at the players out in the court, you see Doug Brandt is breathing really hard. He's been really putting a great deal of pressure on Texas Tech by being on the board each and every time, doing a great job throughout the whole game.
21 for Batee. The lead now is just 8. 11:43 left in the game. We'll be back in Waco after this.
I'm up on the tight wire. One side nice and one is fire. It's a circus game with you and me. I'm up on the tight rope. One side's hate and one is hope. But the top hat on my head.
When sports cream, when legs are sore.
Pop to the basket. That's one of the most difficult moves to do. If you can do a pop and drop move like that, it's a tremendous.
Back in Waco. Franco, we take a look at the Pizza Hut plays of the game. Brought to you by Pizza Hut. Patrick Hunter had a 7-0 run all by himself.
He did a fantastic job driving the basketball down the lane. That's such a confident move because he still knows that Tony Battie is still in there, and he shows no respect to him going to the basket. Beautiful crossover dribble and stop and pop to the basket. That's one of the most difficult moves to do. If you can do a pop and drop move like that, it's a tremendous advantage, and he put it down for him.
20 points for Hunter. Pizza Hut making it great again and again. 21 for Battie, 20 for Hunter. And Hunter's still resting on the Baylor bench. Texas Tech has made a mini run of 7-0 to get back to within 8. This has been a game of runs.
Completely so. They're going to have to continue to be consistent down the last 11 minutes of this basketball game. Simply because Texas Tech will not quit.
Turnovers have hurt Texas Tech. There's Skinner all alone, and he got hammered. Battie tried to catch him. It wasn't anything vicious.
No, it wasn't a vicious play. Just
made a mini run of 7-0 to get back to within 8. This has been a game of runs.
Completely so. They're going to have to continue to be consistent down the last 11 minutes of this basketball game. Simply because Texas Tech will not quit.
Turnovers have hurt Texas Tech. There's Skinner all alone, and he got hammered. Battie tried to catch him. It wasn't anything vicious.
No, it wasn't a vicious play. Just
Skinner gave him a look, though, I'll tell you that.
Here Skinner has good position on Battie, catches the basketball, is about to power up, and Battie, being out of position, just rolls right into him, knocking Skinner off balance, and boy, that was a very hard fall, but it wasn't anything intentional.
Skinner, that's where you put Skinner, though. If you're a smart player like Battie is, he's not a good free throw shooter, so you don't give him a dunk.
Exactly. I mean, he didn't mean to foul him that hard, but you got to put these guys on the line because 56%, hopefully they'll continue to hit some more free throws, but
not so. He's a 53% free throw shooter.
That's going to continue to be a detriment to them, though. They're going to have to bring that up because these are opportunities being lost, Kevin, being lost.
And especially if they get into the tournament, you better be able to shoot your free throw.
Yes.
And when your big man can't hit him, it's double trouble. 8-point lead, that keeps them in the game. Baylor has 18 points off of Texas Tech turnovers so far, and they're looking for another one here. Inside to Battie. He came down hard on Miller, and they're going to call it on Miller.
Here we go with Stan. The ball again in Bonowitz's hands. He throws it over to Battie. I don't think at that point, Roderick Miller just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Roderick Miller just in the wrong place at the wrong time as Battie goes up and gets fouled.
Quick inbounds play, Battie hits. Now Miller at the other end answers with a three, and that was huge.
Very big play, very big play. Just keeps everything going for Baylor right now. Keeps them on their toes and keeps them ahead.
Tech was on a 9-0 run until Miller hit that three. Patrick Hunter is back in the game for Baylor. He has 20 points, 12 in the second half. That's the kind of shot Baylor wasn't getting in some of their close losses. Young going baseline. Feeds Averill, back to Young. Oh, he misses the chippy one.
Very, very tough shot to get the basketball so low.
Miller feeling it from three. It won't go. Tipped around, loose ball, and it's corralled by Young. Tech trailing by 9. Corey Carr, 4 of 15 on the day. Skinner blocks it. It belongs to Tech.
It's a tough situation. Corey Carr is struggling now to put points on the board. The jumper is not working, going to the basket, and every time he does that, they converge on him and making it an awful difficult time for him to get 2 points.
So to the man who could answer, and a foul call against Ramirez before the shot, before Skinner blocked it.
That was a nice play, right out of bounds. Everyone's ready for the same basic plays to happen, but a little over the top lane of the team, he's able to get the points.
You know, Ro, we talk about Corey Carr being 4 of 15. He's just 2 of 13 from 3-point.
Yeah, not doing a very good job at that, though. But no one's had a hand in his face, and he's being looked after today. No one's letting him get off and do anything free. So it's becoming a lot more difficult time for him to get those shots off.
The team misses that free throw. James Dickey knows that he needs Corey Carr. And he needs him to score if they're going to win this game. 10-16 remaining, a 9-point Baylor lead. Batti's been pretty much a one-man show with 24 points in the game.
He's been doing a good job. He's been a rock of Gibraltar in there for Texas Tech. He's been doing a very good job for them.
Miller, not much spacing there, and they turn it over. Carr nearly turns it back over. Averill controls it. Bonowitz blocked by Skinner. He'll think again before taking that three.
Yeah, Skinner was just a little bit too close to Bonowitz at that time. He thought he had more room, but he gets wrong on that occasion. Here we take a look at this. He thought he had some room, but bam. There we have Skinner with a great block.
That room disappeared in a hurry. Corey Carr goes baseline and kisses it home.
That's one of the only times he was able to drive by his man without someone else coming over, so he had kind of a clear look at the basket.
He has 12, and he's taken Hunter man-to-man. Miller with a turnaround three, hit one of those earlier. Perkins tries to keep it alive, but Petit comes up with it. Tech trailing by just 6 now. Young for three. Petit tips it, it won't fall. Belongs to Tech. Well, Tech quietly is chewing away at this lead.
They're battling slowly but surely, getting themselves back into the basketball game. Right now, with the team that can execute the best is going to have the greater opportunities.
A 12-3 run by Tech. To answer, oh, look at that inbounds play to Averill. Coaches hate that, don't they?
They certainly do. Doug Grant at that time tried to help on the outside play and got caught with his own man going to the basket, and they were able to find him for 2 points.
Hunter trying to create some offense, but no. That's his first miss of the second half. 4-point lead under 9 minutes. Corey Carr from 3. That one's off. Another air ball. And Petit gets fouled.
I'll tell you what, Petit is really working in there. If he doesn't get the basketball on the low post, he's doing a fantastic job in getting the basketball off the basketball, too. You see the basketball up here, you see Tony Petit on that hoop, and he gets converged on each and every time he gets that basketball. He's really keeping Texas Tech in there.
Against Skinner, excuse me, that's his third. Don't forget to enter the Phillips 66 gasoline giveaway for a chance to win 5 years of free gasoline, a trip for 2 to the Big 12 tournament, and a 1997 Ford F-150 pickup. Check for details of participating Phillips 66 stations. We'll check that to make sure that foul was on Skinner, wasn't it? And that'll be his third. 8:52 remaining in the game, a 4-point Baylor lead.
He should have a good opportunity, though, with 2 fouls left to go in the game. He still has 8 minutes to go, 9 minutes to go. He should be able to know how to play with that.
Baylor's gone quiet on the offensive end while James Dickey's team has picked it up. Ever since Hunter went out, they're not getting any balanced scoring like they did in the first half. Foul against Petit was on the floor. Now Averill gets his man pinned, dishes, and Petit finishes.
Very nice play by Averill. He was able to draw Skinner over and dish to Petit for the dunk.
26 for Petit, who averages 19 a game. It's just a 2-point Baylor lead, and the foul is against Carr.
That was an excellent play. That was an excellent play by Doug Grant, as he saw that Carr was not going to go around, so instead of taking the bump, he just fell to the ground.
And he knew he was going to take a hard foul. Here's Petit's last.
Yes, here's a nice play by Averill. Here comes Skinner, and Petit with a nice touch right up and over.
Patrick Hunter looking for some room, goes to the bucket, dishes for Skinner.
Excellent play, excellent play.
And whistled for the foul is Rayford Young, his third. Skinner has come alive in the second half with 8 points, 10 for the game.
Anytime you have a guy that goes to the basket like that and is able to draw the defender to himself, and you have guys under the basket who can handle the ball like Skinner, it makes it a great advantage for your team if a guy down low can do the job.
And here's where his weakness shows. But he hits that one.
They need more of those down the stretch. They're able to keep that going.
He has 11 for the game now. The lead is 5. That That was such a key basket for Baylor. Corey Carr, when you get to this point in the game, Roe, you look for your scores.
Definitely put the ball in their hands because they can create and be able to get the shot themselves or give it to other people who can do the job.
Carr looking to do just that. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Young from 3, and Skinner climbs the ladder. Hunter goes to work at the other end. And a whistle inside against Skinner. That's his 4th, his 3rd offensive foul, and his 4th for the game.
Anytime you're playing this basketball game, I think we're playing, if you look at it, we're playing on a different level, you know.
7:41 left in the game, a 5-point Baylor lead. We'll be right back after this message from your friends at Phillips 66, the Performance Company.
Phillips 66 presents the Phillips 66 Big 12 Gasoline Giveaway. Think of all the places you could go if you're the grand prize winner of a 1997 Ford pickup, plus free Phillips 66 gasoline for the next 5 years. And you'll win a trip for 2 to the first ever Phillips 66 Big 12 basketball tournament in Kansas City. It's the Phillips 66 Big 12 Gasoline Giveaway. Sign up today at participating Phillips 66 stations.
Pizza Hut employee memo number 5, a word about napkins. It stands to reason that if you create a pepperoni that has less grease per piece of pepperoni, you're going to need less napkins. So, less napkins it is. On the other hand, if you put more pepperoni on the pizza, you might need more napkins. Which means, after some serious deliberation, we recommend the same amount of napkins. Okay, can we consider the napkin question put to rest? Now we can go on to placemats.
You're on placemat.
So feel free to let everyone know we're making it great, again and again.
On any given night, across this great land, everybody sees the same stars in the same way. But in Texas, we have our own set of stars. Ford trucks. Get $1,000 cash back on any new 97 Ranger. Regular cabs, super cabs, even flare sides. Plus, now get even more with the all-new Ranger Flare Side Plus package. Air conditioning and flare side box at no extra charge. But hurry, $1,000 cash back is for a limited time. These stars are disappearing fast.
Clears it.
It's just very, very important now. Here we go.
The T who runs the floor as well as any big man.
When you have a big guy that runs the floor like
Back live in Waco where the Bears are holding on to a 5-point lead over Texas Tech. Kevin Slayton and Rolando Blackman. But a moment ago, bad news for Baylor, Roe.
Yes, bad news. But I tell you what, Skinner plays a very, very physical basketball game. And anytime Battie comes up on the physical side of that, too, he moves around and flops around, and Skinner ends up getting the fouls, which hurts him in a great deal.
That's his 3rd offensive foul today, and his 4th overall. He goes to the bench, and Ramirez comes in to replace him. See if they go right to Battie.
Well, hopefully they have that same crew that ignited them the last time, so hopefully they can do the same thing, and these guys can respond to the challenge that's in front of them.
Carr with a spin, got away with a walk. David Jones comes up with the ball, 3-on-2. The freshman dishes for Mannon. Ramirez doesn't finish. A scramble for the ball. Doug Brandt comes up with it. David Jones comes up with the ball, 3-on-2. The freshman dishes for Mannon. Ramirez doesn't finish. A scramble for the ball. Doug Brandt comes up with it. And we got a timeout for Baylor. Excellent aggressive play from Doug Brandt.
Had a good opportunity right there on the fast break. And I tell you what, with David Jones having the basketball too, if he had just passed that basketball to Ramirez initially, they would have had a nice chance for a great layup. Opportunity right there on the fast break. And I tell you what, with David Jones having the basketball too, if he had just passed that basketball to Ramirez initially, they would have had a nice chance for a great layup.
The lead is 5, and Baylor will retain possession of the game. You know, James Dickey says, no, that was a foul, or it should have been. With 7:15 remaining, it's a full timeout for Baylor. We'll be back in Waco after this.
Well, in a way, it's lucky the tree stopped your car. Well, you know, it was an old tree, and that porch needed replacing anyway. Check Swabitz. And the fire could have been much worse. Check Swabitz.
Always look for the yellow band and make sure it's Swabips.
It was your neighbor's tree. And porch. And fire.
The new Kawasaki 1100 STX watercraft comes with the biggest jet ski watercraft power plant ever built. We figure the more we put into it, the more you'll get out of it.
The idea of a 24-hour sports news network was actually mine.
Olbermann said it was his idea?
Olbermann?
Yeah, right. I've got a lot of ideas. I'm pretty bright.
Come on. That makes me laugh.
Look out. A breakthrough in entertainment excitement is coming at you. On HBO and Cinemax. Get in on all the action now.
Get free installation when you subscribe to cable TV, HBO, and Cinemax, and get Cinemax free for 6 months. And remember, with HBO, you get 3 screens for the price of 1.
HBO and Cinemax, coming at you.
We're back in Waco, Texas. There's the story, a 5-point Baylor lead. If free throws down the stretch are an indication, Baylor's 5 of 13 from the line today. Their free throw shooting hurt them in the loss at Texas the other night. They lost by 3. Their 2 best free throw shooters, Brant and Hunter, went 1 for 6 the last minute 14. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Manning on the inbound, Batiste swats that away.
Anytime you're close like that and you don't put it over the top and you try some sneaky move and Batiste near it, you know that a block is about to come up, and that's exactly what he does consistently.
Deuce Jones in there for Tech running the show. Batiste is 10 of 11 from the field. His only miss was a 3-pointer. And now he loses control and goes out of bounds. Nice pass from Bonowitz, but Batiste didn't handle it very well. 20 turnovers for Texas Tech now.
Excellent play coming out of the timeout, and a very, very good pass by Bonowitz. Just a mishandle there by Batiste. Could have been another two points.
Baylor has had a 15-point lead. Texas Tech has had a 10-point lead. It has been a game of runs unlike any I've seen. Brant working down low, hasn't scored in a while, still hasn't. Look at him follow his own shot and score.
Continuing hustling like that from Doug Brant will keep his team in the basketball game, though, showing that fearlessness, which is fantastic, especially against a guy like Batiste.
He's been a demon on the boards the last few games. Corey Carr off the baseline. Answers for Tech.
Getting an opportunity to play that one-on-one basketball game down there, and it's going to be very difficult to stop if he continues that.
Hunter hadn't scored in a while, but he gets that one to fall. Baylor's come alive now. 22 for Patrick Hunter to match his jersey number.
Another superior move on the baseline, going with the right-hand drive to the left hand. It was a fantastic play.
22nd timeout. And now let's see what happens. It's a full timeout against Tech because they didn't have any 20s left. Now both teams are down to their final full timeout with 6:01 remaining, and Baylor leading by 7.
Patrick Hunter makes a great crossover move, going right to the baseline and being able to use that left hand. It was a fantastic play. Great athletic move. And there goes Doug Brant right there once again. If that ball came off, he's doing a fantastic job himself.
Neither player had scored in a while. For Brant, that was his first basket of the second half. Hunter hadn't scored since he took a rest early in the half. But Hunter has had a huge second half. 14 in the second half, 22 for the game.
Hunter's really coming on as one of the best point guards. If you take a look at the things that he's doing and the rest of the guys, Rue out of Nebraska, you see a guy who's doing a very, very good job, and he's right up there with the rest of those guys.
And this Baylor team is hitting the boards hard down the stretch of their season. They out-rebounded Texas, a very good rebounding team, by 18 the other night.
Exactly.
And they dominated this game on the boards. Had a big edge at halftime, and they've continued that aggressive play in the second half, especially on the offensive boards. Today's game is brought to you by Phillips 66, makers of super clean gasolines and Trop Arctic motor oil. And by Southwestern Bell for all your communication needs. Yes, it's that simple.
Also to deter that Carr score.
Carr wanted the foul. Hunter's going to the basket. Doesn't get it up high enough.
Have a one-on-one play down low. They don't double the
players Raiders are stepping up here in the stretch. 4-point Baylor lead, nearly a turnover, and it's going to let him go because he's playing with 4 fouls. Brant has it tipped away. Carr has come alive. David Jones tries to answer with a 3. Won't go. Petit clears it. Baylor could lose.
Texas Tech.
It's a 1-point lead for Baylor. Carr has come alive. David Jones tries to answer with a 3. Won't go. Petit clears it. Baylor could lose the lead here. Corey Carr has 20 for Texas Tech. There goes Young to the basket, and he draws the foul.
The one-on-one, they show the great position. Basketball game, this is where everybody's going to have to step up with good execution and good plays.
Miller wanted the shot. He still wants it. Bounces it to Skinner and nearly lost it. Brant for that one. Look at James Dickey.
Kevin, hit those free throws.
Spoken by a guy who could drop this free throw. Corey Carr's going to be called for that one. Look at James Dickey. He can't believe it.
Anytime you make a move like that, that's a strong basketball move. I think when you make a move like this is a fantastic basketball play by Corey Carr. I think anytime you fall down on the ground, that's a tough situation right there. He made a very, very good move. And with Patrick Hunter on him, it's a tough time, tough call.
And it was a huge call because it would have given Texas Tech a 3-point lead. Miller spots up. Brant was held on his way up for the rebound. You can see his jersey nearly come off.
With no call.
Hunter read that pass and nearly had the steal. I don't know how he didn't have it. Petit is doubled by Brant and Skinner. They're not going to let him score easily anyway. Carr gets Miller in the air. His 3 is short, and Miller gets the rebound. Miller was lucky he didn't call for a foul. He was hanging on.
Yes, he was. Very, very lucky with that whole play right there.
So a minute and a half left. Baylor down 1 with the ball. You want to keep it in Hunter's hands. Miller, a pull-up. Skinner loses it. Boy, he had the shot, didn't he?
Yeah, he had the shot. That was a tough play. I think Rogers should have taken that shot that time, too, because it put Skinner out in a very, very bad position.
Skinner wasn't expecting to pass. They'll milk that 35-second clock now. They have the lead. They'll keep it in the hands of guys who can shoot free throws. And they have plenty of them. Rayford Young can shoot them now. Just 7 seconds on the shot clock. Young's going to have to attack. He gets Perkins in the air, over Skinner. Petit lost it out of bounds. 43 seconds left in the game. A 1-point Tech.
I think
this guy, I would think, Hunter, boy, he got nailed and he stepped on the baseline. And Harry Miller wants the foul. He says he got pushed.
I think a push was missed on this play. Let's take a look. As he drives to the basket, there was a little push on that play, but no call from the referee. Very, very difficult time.
The shot clock is off, and Perkins fouls Young.
Exactly what they do in this next possession is going to be the big key in this basketball game.
He missed it. David Jones clears it. 20 seconds remaining. Hunter wants the shot or to get it to Skinner, one or the other. Hunter's going all the way. Oh, and Petit with a big-time play knocked it away. And the foul on Perkins with 12 seconds left.
What a wonderful play by Petit. Be there as time goes on, though. After these 2 free throws, they'll still have an opportunity to get.
15 in a row he's made.
I think the important part of it right now is to make sure Baylor players are thinking about what they're going to do after this free throw. Because that's the most important part of the game for them as far as that's concerned.
They're 8 of 23 from the three-point line today. He rolls it home. That's a shooter's roll. The lead is 3.
Now they've got 12 seconds.
Which is enough time. Petit defending the perimeter. Brant with a 3! He ties it with 4 seconds left.
Excellent basketball play.
Petit for the win.
The same basketball play we were talking about before. This time Brant didn't go down. He stepped back and allowed Hunter.
Enough time. Petit defending the perimeter. Brant with a 3! He ties it with 4. 3.
Now they've got 12 seconds.
Which is enough time. Petit defending the perimeter. Brant with a 3! He ties it with 4 seconds left.
Excellent basketball play.
Petit for the win.
The same basketball play we were talking about before. This time Brant didn't go down. He stepped back and allowed Hunter to get in the basketball. He was ready to shoot. Just a few minutes ago, they ran the same play. Brant went down. This time he stayed on his feet, got the basketball back, and was able to drain that 3 to tie the game. What a fantastic finish for Doug Brant. He's been doing a great job throughout this basketball game. Nice pass through the middle there, too. Lock in on that basket and watch that flow and be able to tie that game. Super time for Baylor, overtime.
And he shot it with Petit right in his face. Brant with a double-double, 10 points and 13 rebounds on the day.
Tell you what a big key to the game, boy. What a consistent key to the game Brant has been throughout this whole game.
And what a great example for the young kids following Baylor basketball. An academic All-American, plays hard, plays great on the floor, does it both in the classroom and on the basketball court.
He has been absolutely fearless today, and his execution is jumping on the basketball floor, the boards he's been doing. He's been everything that you needed from Doug Brant. He's been able to do it today.
Both teams are 1-0 in overtime games, so if you're looking for a trend, you can forget it. You'd have to give the advantage to the home team, but Skinner's playing with 4 fouls.
Skinner's playing with 4 fouls, and basically, I think right now there is no advantage to any team. Anybody that gets off to a good start, anybody that can show consistency in this last 5 minutes is going to have a great chance to win. And for Baylor, free throws if they get on that line.
The 2 big warriors in the middle have battled long and hard today. 15 points for Skinner, 13 in the second half, 28 for Petit. Skinner has battled foul trouble all day long. Bonowitz left open for a 3. He's off. Patrick Hunter will give Baylor a chance for the lead. Here's Brant going to work on Petit. Strong to the basket, and Cooper able to clear it away.
That was a nice play. Nice play. Very, very difficult shot, though, especially when you're going up against Petit. But Brant continues to show the courage.
Petit, the shot blocker, has 3, including a big one near the end of the game. They can't guard him with Skinner because he has 4 fouls. Cooper working on Skinner. He's not much of an offensive threat. In overtime, tied at 69. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Young takes Perkins to the hole, throws up a clanger, and it bounced around, and Tech comes away with it. And we've got a timeout, and they're going to say it didn't hit the rim, which it didn't, and that's an excellent call from the official.
Allows the shot clock to go out. If it did not hit that rim, the shot should be Baylor basketball.
The officials get the official word from the scorers.
Take the shot by Rayford Young as he goes over. It did not hit the rim. It cleared the rim completely, so the shot clock does go out and give Baylor the basketball back.
James Dickey's telling him you can't see the rim from there, but he must have seen it pretty good.
He saw it pretty good because he did make a very good call.
4:01 left in the overtime. Baylor will have possession. We're still tied at 69. There's the story for you in terms of timeouts and foul. And Baylor gets the possession arrow. Baylor has spread its scoring around all day, has had great contributions from the bench. Skinner, he traveled.
Nice pass in there by Perkins. And I guess Skinner was excited. I thought he was waiting for the double team to come. No one came, and he shuffled his feet. Skinner throws the basketball. Perkins throws the basketball into Skinner, and he shuffles his feet, like waiting for somebody to come, and no one did come, and lost opportunity right there for Baylor.
Kevin Slayton and Rolando Blackman, glad you're with us. That's the 15th Baylor turnover. Texas Tech has 21. No one has scored in overtime. Corey Carr with a fadeaway 15-footer. He's caught fire.
Very nice play by Corey Carr as he drives to the basket, does a great step-back move, and is able to put the 2 points in there.
22 points now for Carr on the game. Perkins dishes to Skinner, who wasn't looking for it.
Perkins is just a little bit nervous on those plays. All these guys now have to realize that they're in the game and they must utilize their skills.
Is that a sign of a shooter who's not confident in shooting?
Oh, definitely not confident. Not ready to do what's open. He's open. He made a good play. Came off the screen, coming out of the basketball game now. But I'm sure he wanted to be able to get that play back and shoot that basketball because boy, everybody else was going to the basket.
Damon Manning comes in to replace him. Tech by 2 with under 3 minutes left in the overtime, and they have the ball. If you joined us late, Doug Brandt hit a three-pointer with 4 seconds left to send it into overtime for Baylor. They led most of the second half by as many as 15 at one point. Poor free throw shooting killed him. Carr with a pull-up three-pointer. Damon Manning grabs the rebound. Patrick Hunter has been quiet. He has 22. Looking for the screen. There he is. A pull-up 15-footer rolls home to tie.
That has been a very productive play throughout the second half for Baylor. He's come across that pick and roll and been able to clear himself each and every time because the team does not want to leave Skinner alone.
14 for Hunter now. Corey Carr. He may get called for the offensive foul, and he does. That's his 4th.
There you have Corey Carr coming off that slight roll, bangs into, boy, I'll tell you what, that is an offensive foul. Corey Carr is so big and so strong, but he has to watch himself when he goes to the basket because this is, after all, college basketball.
Hunter drew the foul. Hunter wants to give Baylor the lead.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, that pick and roll, boy, has been fantastic because even the threat of it that time, and there goes Corey Carr jumping to the ball, hit side. He's able to go down to the basket and get a basket.
26 points for Patrick Hunter, a guy who came in averaging 12. Brandt able to knock it off. Bonowitz. Oh, now the official changes his call.
He made a bad call the first time and was able to change it and give it back to the proper thing because Doug Brandt hit the basketball that time and it went out of bounds off of Doug Brandt.
And Brandt knew he did. 2-point Baylor lead. 18 seconds on the shot clock. A minute and a half left in the game. Texas Tech, a team that came in 15-6 and 7-4 in conference play. But Baylor has been awfully tough here, especially recently. Carr just, Janae Cooper ran headlong into Doug Brandt, and he really leveled it.
He took one on that play, but Doug has been around that basket. I'll tell you what, been doing a great job for Baylor the whole night, but Janae Cooper really rammed him on that play.
He took one for the boys that time.
Oh, he did. Straight in the kisser, too.
A minute 8 remaining. Baylor by 2, and they'll have a free throw opportunity. This is overtime in Waco, Texas, and we're coming back after this.
Pizza Hut employee memo number 12, deals. Now that you've gotten the hang of making our new pepperoni pizzas, we're going to really have some fun.
I'm afraid to ask.
We're going to start cutting deals.
Like a used car salesman?
We'll probably have to wear a pinky ring.
The difference is these are good deals. $7.99 for a medium one-top pepperoni and $5 more for the second. So practice up on your sales pitch.
How about $7.99 for this beauty?
And I'll throw in a second for $5.
You were born to sell.
Bullwinkle, we passed by here an hour ago.
Where's here? I thought we were there.
Bullwinkle.
Oh, don't worry, Rob.
That's enough TV for today.
Yeah.
Let's go for a ride.
Yeah, come on, we're out of here.
Dad, where are we going? Better be good. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, honey. See that? See?
That's cool.
When we gotta be there.
Stop, wait! Dad, can we take him home?
Ford Explorer, because the world's too big to be left unexplored.
We're there.
Back live in Waco, Kevin Slayton and Rolando Blackman with you in overtime. 1:08 remaining. And so far in overtime, Tony Petit has not touched the ball, Ro.
Well, you know something? Doug Brandt's been doing a very good job on the low post of denying him the basketball, fronting him, giving him different looks, and making it very difficult for the players to get the basketball into him. That's why other guys have been taking the shot, and it's become a difficult time for him.
He's 11 of 13 from the field with 28 points. Rayford Young of Texas Tech is just 1 of 10 from the floor, and that has hurt the Red Raiders. Now, Brandt at the line is a 72% free throw shooter, but he and Patrick Hunter combined to go 1 of 6 the last minute 14 against Texas in Austin the other night, and that spelled a loss.
That's exactly what Baylor needs right there. Some consistent shooting down on that free throw line. Get those points. If you've worked so hard to get the basketball, get the points for your basketball team.
They lost by just 3 to Texas. He misses this one, and the lead is 3. Well, that would have made it a 2-possession game. The crowd is loving every minute of this. Brandt is defending Petit down low. He gets help from Skinner, who has 4 fouls. They'll let him have it out there.
Very difficult there. Baylor's doing a very good job defensively here, as you can tell.
Great spin by Petit. Oh, he gets his own rebound, but he's going to get called for the foul. And that's his 4th. Brandt once more does a great job.
Very good job. You know, Petit backs in here to get the basketball. He's able to put the basketball up, missed the shot, but here goes Doug Brandt again hustling, and Petit goes right up over the top, knocking him down for his foul. Baylor did a great job that time defensively. You see exactly where Petit had to catch the basketball. Came away from the post all the way to the outside, putting the basketball on the floor, which gave Doug Brandt an opportunity to play some good defense.
Brandt is 1 of 2 from the line today. He'll shoot a pair here.
These are big free throws, Kevin. These are big free throws, Kevin.
Huge. It's a 4-point Baylor lead. He had to have one of them, and he gets both. 13 points for Brandt. There are just 35 seconds left, and Texas Tech will need 2 possessions to win the game. Bonowitz for 3. Yes!
What a big shot by Bonowitz. He came off that double screen down low, was able to pull up from the 3.
13 for Bonowitz. You don't want to foul Brandt, but there are plenty of choices out there, and they make the wrong one. Roderick Miller had the ball, and he's just a 56% free throw shooter. They let him go and fouled the good free throw shooter.
This is a nice play by Texas Tech as Bonowitz comes off the screen and is able to pull up with the 3-pointer. Fantastic play by Texas Tech when they needed a big play, too, and Bonowitz was up to the moment. Big play for him. Big play.
Timeout Texas Tech with 19 seconds left. A 2-point Baylor lead in overtime. Doug Brandt will be at the line when we return to Waco.
I feel very safe in this car.
People love talking about Ford Taurus.
I mainly bought it for safety and security.
I like the way it looks.
This car has everything I need to fit my lifestyle. Feel safe, reassuring.
It handles well, it hugs the road. I can turn on a dime.
I finally found a manufacturer who listens to the customer.
Ford Taurus, the best-selling car in America, starting at $18,545.
It's forward-moving, forward-thinking, and I love being a part of that.
You can't beat it. Took it to the next level.
Out here, we have 4 times the fun. No wonder we get 4 times as hungry. Good thing it's 4 for $5.55 time at Arby's. 4 Arby's beef and cheddars for just $5.55. 4 helpings of slow roasted beef, a tangy cheddar sauce, and our own red ranch sauce. You'd better go for it, because 4 Arby's beef and cheddars for just $5.55 won't last long. Taste why it's better out here. And try Arby's home-style fries. So good, they beat McDonald's in the National Taste Test.
19 seconds remain in overtime, and that's what separates Baylor from an upset win over 21st-ranked Texas Tech. Doug Brandt will be at the line shooting a pair, and how fitting, Rolando Blackman, for Doug Brandt. He hit a three-pointer to tie this game at the end of regulation time, and he has been all over the floor with a double-double, taking shots to the head, and hitting the big free throws.
He has been a guy who's been consistent throughout the whole night, whether it's been on the boards, who's been playing great defense against Tony Battie. His face has always been in there all throughout the time, and now he has some more big free throws to hit. If you can get both of them, it'll put Baylor in a great position for the ending of this basketball game.
He has 13 points and 15 rebounds. Battie and Carr have combined for 50 points for Texas Tech. But right now, anyway, it isn't enough. Well, if he makes this one, it would take a 3 to tie it.